Wow. Cyntonia Brown is free. And welcome back to Onecraknews. This is your boy Karceno, and let's get right to it, as we always do here. Now, she was serving a life sentence when she was 16 years of age. And the reason why this happened, because she said, and I think they had a documentary or something on this case. It got national attention, not when it happened, but when she had her parole hearing after being incarcerated for so many years. She didn't take the stand during the first, trial because she was 16 and was at the hands of the judges. She didn't have a lot of education. Went through a lot. And from the story we know, she was pushed into this life by a pimp named Cutthroat when she was 15 to 16 years of age, or maybe even younger. She was forced into this life. Then she said she was sold to a guy whose name was Johnny Allen, some 43-year-old real estate agent who she met at Exotic's drive-in in Nashville. Said that she, picked him up. She was picked up for pleasures at the Sonic drive-in. So you can get more than burgers and fries. You could also get some things not on the menu at Sonic's. I'm going to be going to Sonic's very soon. No, I'm just kidding. She told police that she pulled a pistol out of her purse and fatally wounded Allen because she thought he was reaching for a gun. She then fled with Allen's gun and money. She drove away in his pickup truck. Prosecutors claimed that she shot Allen as a part of a plan to rob him. But Brown told police she was acting out of protection of herself. They didn't buy it based on their investigation. She was convicted and sentenced to life in prison for killing him. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled that mandatory life sentences without parole for juvenile offenders are not constitutional. But Tennessee prosecutors successfully argued that Brown would technically become eligible for parole after 51 years in 2055. Brown, now 31, was among 180 inmates serving life sentences for crimes they committed as teenagers. She never testified during that trial, like I told you, but during her appeal process, and her being a teenage runaway, she took the stand and described how at the time of the incident she was unaware or pushed towards that relationship with Cutthroat. But after all of that, it got attention on social media. Rihanna, Kim Kardashian, everybody got involved. The Me Too movement came around, and then the Free Cyntonia Brown started. Criminal justice reform advocates, and they called it an unreasonable incarceration. She was a victim of sex trafficking, and while incarcerated, though, she earned her GED, finished a bachelor's degree, and mentored at risk youth. Man, she has a bachelor's degree. She's ahead of Rich Paul already. Ain't that something? Transformation should be accompanied by hope when commuting her sentence to parole in January. So she still has to be on parole until January. Now, on Tuesday, the National Women's Law Center celebrated this long-fought battle that led to the release of Brown, but with a cautionary note. We're glad that Cyntonia has finally been freed, but we will not forget that she never should have been in prison in the first place. We must continue to seek justice for survivors like her. Now, while all this was going on, they knew she was going to be released. There's powerful people behind it that are, spearheading this, Rock Nation. And these other people have their other motives in place. Uh-oh. Now, what could these motives be? Well, in October, Cyntonia Brown will release a childhood memoir, a book detailing her entire life on how she went from childhood to behind bars to the conviction and the eventual release. That memoir book will come out, which will be followed by a motion picture in a couple of years to follow. She also will be represented by an agency, we will say no name, and this agency will arrange for her to make appearances on certain shows to promote said memoir book. Now, the memoir book comes with hundreds of thousands of dollars and guaranteed money. The appearances on these shows, people paying big money to see Cyntonia Brown on their network, give some insight to how she's feeling. The bidding war has started. So yes, people are happy about Cyntonia Brown. The long arm of business always makes its way through, doesn't it? Even in a crisis situation, wherever there's triumph, there's a dollar to be made. And this woman is still on parole into January. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification button, and if you like what you heard, definitely hit the Cash App up. My name is Karceno, Karceno. I'm out.